And I learned that sometimes you just need to headbang. Point blank, period. Hey there, welcome to Rave Culture Cast, your weekly guide to the EDM community, music festivals, and more, hosted by me, Emma Capotis. Each week, I'll be covering everything from dance music culture, industry news, trending topics, and festival tips, advice, and reviews. You can also expect to hear stories from ravers, artists, business owners, and more. Tune in every Wednesday for your weekly dose of peace, love, unity, and respect. Hey guys, welcome back to Rave Culture Cast, your weekly guide to the EDM community, music festivals, and more. I am your host, Emma Capotis. Happy Thanksgiving, you guys. Honestly, happy Thanksgiving. I hope everybody is doing okay out there. I hope you're all getting ready for the holiday, spending time with friends and family and all that good stuff. Thank you for being patient with me. I took a week off last week to recover and get healthy and take care of myself. I'm currently at home with COVID, unfortunately, my first time testing positive after EDC Orlando, so that has not been fun, but we're hanging in there and we're feeling better day by day, so we're really focusing on that. But unfortunately, I will not be able to do Thanksgiving tomorrow with my family, so I think we're going to try and do it again on Saturday because I am officially in the clear. I'm out of quarantine on Friday, thank the Lord. So it's been fucking crazy. That's the best way to put it. But we're trying to keep our spirits high. So I'm really thankful for you guys. I'm thankful for this podcast, my friends, my family, my partner, and getting through this shit. So I'm excited for this to be over very soon. But turning to the positive, welcome to the EDC Orlando 2021 Festival recap and review. I have so much to go over with you guys in today's episode. So many stories to share, thoughts on the festival, home base, like all of that. So we're really going to get into it today. But before we do that, I want to share a couple quick messages from our sponsors. So you guys know we've got Black Friday coming up and Cyber Monday. Biggest deals of the year for so many different companies, especially in the Rave and festival community. So also, if I can't breathe a lot today, guys, I apologize. Like, I'm just going to do my best with this episode. But two big shout outs I want to do. So first and foremost, GlowFX. GlowFX has so many crazy good Black Friday deals. This is the time of year to stock up on all your favorite rave gear and all this good stuff. So right now through Sunday, November 28th, these are all of your Black Friday deals. We've got BOGO on all diffraction and kaleidoscope glasses, 25% off their Pixel Pro line. Clutch, 35% off their goggles. I just wore their wormhole kaleidoscope goggles, the furry ones, to EDC Orlando, and they were super cute. So highly recommend those. $9.99 color therapy glasses, $12 off whips and the levitation wand, 25 to 50% off gloves and orbits. All Rave gear, guys, up to 60% off. So you have crazy good deals. Stock up on your flow toys, any Rave gear, anything you need like that. And then Sunday through next Wednesday, so Cyber Monday deals, you guys have, again, BOGO on all eyewear, excluding the Pixel line, $15 plus off whips and wands, and everything else is going to be similar to what I just mentioned. So crazy good savings. Huge shout out to GlowFX, glowfx.com, discount code EmmaK. Check it out. Show them some love and support. Links will be down below in the show notes. And then, of course, I got to mention Lunchbox. Thank you, Lunchbox, for sponsoring today's episode. This is huge, guys. They have been sold out of like everything for a while. So the Ruby and Sapphire packs are coming back. They are doing a restock for Black Friday, and the LED skins are back, which are extremely popular. So get your hands on these while you can, while there's inventory. Black Friday through Cyber Monday, all of these deals apply. You guys can also use code RCC to take $10 off your Lunchbox orders. It applies to everything. So in addition to these crazy deals, code RCC at Lunchbox, don't forget. Okay, there's 5 different bundles I'm going to run through really quickly. So the first bundle is if you want to get a Lunchbox, either Ruby or Sapphire, and then a BOGO, you'll get a free accessory. Bundle 2 is the LED skin plus a Lunchbox pack, Ruby or Sapphire. Normally retails for $224. That's on sale for $204. So $20 savings. Bundle 3 is for anybody who wants multiple bags. So the Mega Bundle Rave Bay, you get 2 packs, 2 power boxes, and light show wires. Normally retails $418, on sale $318, $100 savings. So if you and your partner, you and a friend want to get packs, go for the Mega Rave Bay bundle. Bundle number 4 is the LED skin and a power box. I love my power box. I use it for every single festival to charge my phone. So that's normally $170, on sale for $153, 10% off savings. And then the last bundle number 5, is all accessories. You get a power box and the light show fan, which is 4 different light show wire colors, plus a USB inverter, normally $110, now on sale for $66. So you basically can get any type of combination of a ruby or sapphire pack with an accessory, with the LED skin. You can go for multiple packs. You can go for just accessory bundles. Crazy good savings, guys. Stock up. Lunchbox is the most incredible anti-theft hydration pack. It's what saves all of my belongings at festivals. So again, you can use code RCC to take an additional $10 off for Black Friday through Cyber Monday. So lunchboxpacks.com. Everything will be listed down below. Glow Effects, Lunchbox. Check it out. Go get yourself some stuff on Black Friday. All right, guys. One last huge freaking announcement before we get into everything. This is somewhat of a surprise to me. I just decided to do this, but my merch line, the merch line I've been teasing and talking about and saying is coming. Guess what, guys? It's fucking dropping tomorrow, okay? I'm not waiting anymore. It's coming out on Thanksgiving. You know what? I'm feeling very thankful right now, and I have all the merch samples in, and I don't want to sit on them anymore. I'm just so excited. I can't wait for you to get your hands on everything. So the brand new merch line, this is like my ode to dance music culture. It's all different types of like sayings related to dance music, house music, all kinds of subgenres. I'm so obsessed with it. I've been wearing it like crazy. You might have seen it in some of my EDC Vegas vlogs. I can't wait. So there's shirts, long sleeves, hoodies, tanks, bucket hats. We have bucket hats. We have mugs, all good things. Officially dropping tomorrow on Thanksgiving Day. And then I also want to offer you guys a discount code as well, since we do have the holiday shopping coming up. So you guys can use code Thanksgiving for 10% off your orders from tomorrow through Cyber Monday. So I know there's a lot to purchase. I know there's so many things out there, but thank you for supporting the line. Thank you. It directly supports me in this podcast. So I hope you enjoy the new merch line. I can't believe it's finally going to be out there. And yeah, anyways, I know this is like 7 minutes of freaking advertising and stuff like that. But with all that being said, you guys, let's just jump right in to the review. How does that sound? All right, guys. So I want to quickly say, I made a very bold statement like earlier in the year. I think it was before I even went to my first festival. I said going into this year, I felt like EDC Orlando was going to be like the event of the year. I just had a feeling, and I can confirm now that for me personally, it was. I truly had like the best festival experience ever. It like EDC Orlando is a staple festival for me now. I will go every single year. I will just always come back for this one. The stars aligned, besides me getting COVID from it. But other than that, my group was incredible. The sets were amazing. I loved the stages and production. I'm kind of giving it away. But anyways, needless to say, best experience ever. All my vlogs are up now on my YouTube channel if you want to watch how everything went down and see like how the weekend went. So that's up on my YouTube channel, but I'm going to take you guys day by day. And then at the end, I'll give you like my overall thoughts and opinions. So Thursday I arrived in Orlando. It was November 11th, and I was personally staying at home base for the first time this year. So I've mentioned this before, but home base is kind of like a stay where you play type thing. It's a hotel takeover where all these different ravers can stay, and they do pool parties and after parties, and they offer just like different activities and vendors and things like that on site. So that's what I did for the first time this year. Check-in went pretty smooth. One thing I will mention is even if you're staying with a group of people in a room, you each individually have to check in. So we each had to get like our own room key. We each had to attach our wristband to our credit card, like all of that stuff. So for the most part, check-in went pretty smooth. One thing I want to say to preface this is they ended up switching hotels. So it was originally supposed to be at the Avanti Palms, and then they moved to the Wyndham Orlando like International Drive, which wasn't I don't know, I wasn't that excited about it because the Avanti Palms is a nicer hotel and there was like a little bit of a mix up. So that kind of was a little bit of a bummer. The other thing about it is the Avanti is like one big hotel and the Wyndham is like separate buildings. So that was like one con that I really did not like. We had a huge group. So we were trying to get like a room block and we ended up being spread out into like all different buildings and things like that. So we weren't all together. So not to say that the trip started off on like a low note, but I personally did not like the hotel. The rooms were like much lower quality. I had some friends switch hotels because they just were not happy. They had dirty rooms, like stuff like that. So anyway, wasn't thrilled with the hotel choice overall. However, the vibes and everything were really incredible. Everyone was so excited to be there. They do this fun thing called Door Wars. So people decorate their doors. And we saw some really cool designs and things like that on Thursday. So that was really cool that people participated in it. And yeah, overall Thursday went pretty well. We went to do dinner with like our group. I was staying with some of the Lunchbox fam. And then I finally got to meet two of my fellow YouTubers, Ace Antonio and Jess, Living by the F Word. My first time meeting them in person. So that was a really cool experience. Just like we've been friends online for such a long time. So that was all awesome. And then we ended up doing the pre-party, which was like all house music, which I was very excited about. So it was Gene Farris, Solardo, and Rebuke. Really cool. I mean, honestly, the sound was like okay. It was basically like in a ballroom. So you went like through the lobby and then they had like a little bit of security. You couldn't bring drinks into it, so that I didn't really like. They like had their own bartenders and stuff like that there versus like Camp EDC. You can kind of like walk around and bring like your own drinks and stuff like that. So we like chugged our drinks in the lobby and then went in. But the convenient thing is you can like go back to your room. So we like came and left a couple times to like go get more drinks and then come back. But the music itself was amazing. Gene Farris was awesome. Solardo was really good. I really wanted to see Rebuke. He was like the number one person I was excited for, and he wasn't on until 3 a.m. So we stayed up. We stayed from like 3 to 3:30 for him. So Thursday was like a late fucking night for us, but it was a really great way to kick off the weekend, and it felt like, again, like another big reunion. It was so good to see everybody there. I had my like, Glow Effects Space Whip out. I was doing the whip. So that was Thursday. Friday morning, it was really nice. We ended up organizing like our lunchbox, our team. We had like a team breakfast, which was so cool. So it was a great way to start the day. Again, I saw people I haven't seen in like years. So really, really nice breakfast that we had. And then for the most part, the whole weekend, it was like such a quick turnaround. Like, this happens in Vegas too. I feel like I wake up and I immediately need to start getting ready and going to the festival. That was a personal choice because I wanted to go early every day. But some people like weren't leaving until like the 3 or 4 p.m. shuttle. I was trying to get like the 1 or 2 p.m. shuttle, which like didn't happen every day, but we tried. So personally for me on Friday, I ended up getting a wristband through Guest List because I'm an Insomniac affiliate. So I sold tickets to EDC Orlando and I sold enough to get a VIP band. So that was really cool. So we had to go off site to a hotel to pick that up. So myself, Andrew, and my friend Cammie, we all went to the hotel. We got our wristbands and then we went to the festival early. So Friday I was like fully decked out in this like all purple outfit. I felt so cute. I was in Rolita Couture. I went to go get my hair braided at Squad Goals Beauty, which I did that in Vegas for the first time and was like completely sold on it. Like, yes, it's a little pricey, but you get your hair braided for the whole weekend and you don't have to think about your hair. And like the Florida humidity was a lot. So I just like went straight to their tent inside the festival, got my hair braided. It looked fucking sick. Like they absolutely killed it. I did like, these crazy pigtails. So I pretty much did that when I first went in. The other thing I noticed immediately, actually I didn't touch on security. Security was like the tightest at any festival I'd been to this year. Like they really checked my shit. Like the first day I went up to the guy and he was like, take all the stuff out of your bag. And that's never happened to me. I was like, oh my God, okay. And then he was like kind of questioning my GoPro, but luckily I got through with everything. So security was like definitely tighter this year. And that was at the VIP lines. The first thing I saw though, coming in through the north entrance was the brand new Neon Garden stage, which I knew I had a feeling it was going to be the mega structure, but they kept like the exact mega structure from Vegas. So it was like full size, big and beautiful, crazy production, like so happy. And I had a couple people come up to me saying like, you were so right about the tent in 2019 compared to this. Like they were night and day. Like it was as if you could just tell how much house and techno has grown in the United States because like they finally gave it like what it needed. So very happy with that. And then after that, my friend Jacob, Babs Life, some of you guys might know him. He hosts the Festival Tales podcast with Vibe with Aid. So he calls me and he had a mix up with his ticket and it was this whole thing. And he basically was like at the entrance and didn't have a ticket. And I just happened to have a GA band on me because I wasn't using it anymore. So I'm like sprinting across the festival and I'm like, I'm coming. So I like ran over, I gave him his wristband, he got in, that was good. So I finally got to meet Babs. It was really nice. So we were just like kind of hanging out for a little bit. And then I went over to the Pello Ravers meetup. So there's so many different communities and like subcultures within this scene. And my friend Aura Life with Ash, she's one of my coaching clients. She started this new community called Pello Ravers. So people who are into Peloton and raving, which it actually is a really big community now. It's fucking crazy. So she did her first like big meetup and actually she did one in Vegas, but this was the Orlando meetup. So I got to go over there, meet some of the Pello Ravers and that was really cute. So yeah, so we did that on Friday. What other things I want to say? The sets that I saw. So Friday of any festival, I feel like you're kind of just easing your way into it. Like I definitely had some of those jitters again, a little bit of nerves. I saw a little bit of Wednesday back-to-back nostalgics. The girls threw it fucking down at Circuit Grounds. But really my night started at Black Coffee. So he was on main stage, Kinetic Field. He did a sunset set. It was beautiful. All of the deep house vibes. Like he's a really incredible South African DJ and he like brought his own taste and like incredibly unique sound to main stage. It was really beautiful. So first time seeing him. I will also make a quick note. Like I spent way more time since there's only 4 stages versus like the 8 in Vegas. I spent way more time at main stage and I loved the design even more. Like it was so incredibly beautiful. Like what they did with the animatronics of the owl and like every little detail just shone so beautifully. And I got to see more of like the opening ceremonies that they kind of do in between sets. Really fucking cool. So loved that. Then it was one of my favorite sets of the whole weekend. My most anticipated set was Vintage Culture. Fucking blew me away. Like he's my favorite artist in the moment right now. And I had so many friends come to that. We had such a big group and everyone was like on another level for him. He absolutely killed his set. So that was really, really amazing. Like set the tone, all the vibes. We were going crazy. And then after that, I went to go see Hot Since 82 and Martinez Brothers back-to-back Michael Beebe, which was in Neon Garden. I will say this year, because of the stage design, I did not experience any sound bleed. So that issue definitely felt like it was addressed. They also tilted Kinetic Field like in a different direction. So yeah, I mean, you felt fully immersed in both stages when you were there. So this was like a really cool, interesting moment. But my boss happened to be at the festival. I didn't even realize he was coming. And he was like, hey, I'm going over to Hot Since 82. I literally like bumped into him into the crowd. And he was like, hey, I'm going on stage. Like, do you want to come? And I was like, oh my fucking God. Do I want to come on stage? Yeah, I want to fucking come on stage. Are you kidding me? So myself and my friend Andrew and then my coworker Olivia, we all just like walked up on stage with him, which was amazing. And so I was literally in the DJ booth for Hot Since 82 and I got such crazy good footage. So definitely check out the vlogs for that. But that was like a peak peak life moment that I literally had like a pinch me, like I can't believe this is my life moment. So that was really, really cool. And like, especially to see Neon Garden from like that perspective, it was crazy packed. I also got to meet Kyle Kinch while I was up there. He's a really incredible emerging tech house artist. So I said hi to him and I was hanging out. So yeah, we did that. I caught a little bit of the Martinez brothers back to back, Michael Beebe. Honestly, the theme of this weekend was kind of like go with the flow. So you guys are going to be surprised. I made a couple decisions that like were unexpected even for myself, but I really wanted to see Morton, and Morton was playing Corona Electric Beach, which is a smaller like sponsored beachy kind of small stage. And so they announced that lineup like 2 days before Friday. So when they dropped the Corona lineup, I was like, what the fuck? There were so many other good sets. So now there were even more set time conflicts than originally. And I saw Morton was playing at 10 p.m. at Corona. And I told everybody, I was like, you guys don't understand. Like what he's doing with the Future Rave project with David Guetta is like freaking incredible. Like we have to go. Just trust me. Just trust me. So everybody trusted me. We went over to Morton and it was fire, like so good. Go listen to his Future Rave stuff, guys. Like it was everything we needed and more. I don't really listen to a lot of like big room house anymore, so it was such a nice change of pace. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say the Corona stage was like low-key one of the best parts of the whole weekend. Like every time we were there for a set, it's like so much more small and intimate, and it was like a fucking vibe. Every time we were at Corona, we were vibing out. So Morton was amazing. We saw like the drone show kind of like in the sky in the background, so like that was cool. And then yeah, everybody just came out of nowhere. Like my friend BB came out of nowhere, Garrett, he's Tina Raves, like everyone kind of like met up for Morton. It was really fun. And then we were going to go over to, what were we going to go see? I think we were going to go back to the Martinez brothers. I think that was like our game plan or something. And then they were going to go somewhere else. And Nightmare was coming on, which I didn't even know Nightmare was coming on. And so we start to leave the stage. Like we literally walked out and then we looked at each other and like Nightmare's intro was so fucking good. We just were like, should we just stay? I think we should stay. We turned around and we went right the fuck back in. And then we ended our night with Nightmare. So I was like cracking up because I was like, guys, I bet you didn't have Emma at Nightmare on your bingo card. But it was really unexpected and so much fun. He threw the fuck down. So anyway, night one felt like the longest day of my life. Like I felt like I lived 1,000 lives in that day. It just felt very long, especially when it's a day festival. Like I ended up getting there maybe like 1:30 to, actually no, I probably got there at like 2:30 and I stayed till midnight. So what I learned from day one, the Lunchbox fam does not fuck around. Like they are a party. How beautiful main stage was. Corona Electric Beach is where it's at. Island Noodles, still fucking delicious. And so is Beatbox. Beatbox was another sponsor of EDC and we were getting lit all weekend. So shout out to Beatbox for that. I'm also dying. I wrote this down. I tried to find the entrance to the Pixel Forest because they had like this whole Pixel bar area, which was really cool. Sorry, I think my camera died and cut me off. But anyways, what I was saying is we tried to find the entrance to the Pixel Forest because you can walk through it in Vegas, and in 2019 you could walk through it as well. So I spent like a good 10 minutes trying to find the entrance until Andrew was like, Emma, I don't think you can go through it. So that was a moment. And then leaving the festival, we had a bit of a scare because we were taking the home base shuttles, which I think in the future they need to get more of them because the line like really moved really, really slowly. So that was like a little bit of a pain, but we also left like when the festival was emptying out. So that wasn't good, but we had this like little bit of a scary moment. There was somebody who was like having a really, really bad trip from what it looked like, who was like freaking out. And he was just like screaming and like clearly not in the right frame of mind. And he was like ripping the grass out of the ground. And we like tried to get the police to help him and the police would do absolutely nothing. So that was really frustrating. And it went on for like over an hour. This poor guy like humiliating himself. And then he took off all of his clothes and was completely naked. And it was mortifying. And everyone was like terrified for him. And not for nothing, there were people filming him. So myself and a couple other people in our group, like I literally went up to people and like almost smacked the phone out of their hand because I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, why would you ever film somebody in that frame of mind? They're clearly like having an issue. How would you feel if somebody filmed you in that frame of mind? So yeah, just a quick reminder, like do not film people who are having a bad trip, like and do not post that on the internet. Like you don't know who they are, what job they have, like they could lose their job. So don't film people ever. Like that was like kind of a sour note to end Friday. It was like very hard because like everybody on the line was literally traumatized because we had nothing to do but just stand there online and wait for the shuttles to come. So that was definitely a lot to deal with. But anyway, we got over that. We got home. We went to sleep. Saturday, again, like I said, was like a super quick turnaround. I honestly didn't do anything home-based related. I'm going to put that out there. I didn't go to any of the pool parties. I really didn't do much besides the after parties because I just personally wanted to like take advantage of the full festival. So I took the home-based shuttles on Saturday. Going to the festival, no issues. Like they came pretty much every hour and they had a couple buses that they would load up and take you. So we did that. And then Saturday, it was like raining a little bit when we first arrived, but we were going to be shooting some content for Lunchbox. So they hired like a photographer and a videographer. And so we went to Kinetic Field and a couple other places and took some photos and videos. And then we were like, let's go to Neon Garden to like get out of the rain and just like hang out for a little bit. So I ended up seeing Moon Boots and Nasser Baker. So those are both really good sets. And now I'm a fan of Moon Boots. So thank you guys for the recommendations there. And then I also saw Alec and Samir from Beyond the Beats. You guys know them. I had them on the podcast. So that was really cool to bump into them and spend some time with them this weekend. Yeah, it felt really, really good just to see like so many friends again in person. And then after that, this is when we had like our most iconic meetup to date. Like I could not believe how many people were there. It was literally insane. So this was the Rave Culture Cast times Lunchbox meetup. And you guys showed the fuck up. It was, I'll pop pictures and videos up here, like incredible. I remember walking up to it, seeing the crowd, and I was like, this can't be real. Like this cannot be real. All these people here for this meetup. So it was insane. I'm so glad I got to meet so many of you. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for trading candy. Thank you for being yourselves. I got to see Sunflower Raver, Lexi from Headbanger Ravewear, Danny Nicoletti, like so many cool people that I finally got to meet in person. Babs, who I mentioned from yesterday, like he ended up trading me a pashmina to say thank you for giving him the festival ticket. So that was like a really cute moment as well. But we were just absolutely blown away. It was our biggest meetup to date. So I can't wait for the next one. All right, let's chat sets on Saturday. So Saturday, holy shit, you guys, like the next 2 hours of our life were some of the wildest. That's all I'm going to say. So we knew we were going to go to Neon Garden for John Summit and Dom Dalla. Okay, here's the thing. So my friend Garrett, he goes by Tina Rave. Some of you might know him. He dresses up as Tina from Bob's Burger. He has so many like rave friends from Denver and Austin and everything. And so I met all of his rave fam and they were like, I don't know, 15 people deep. They had so many of them. It was one of their birthdays. Andy, shout out Andy. I have never met such genuine, kind, funny people. Like it continues to surprise me how many amazing people there are out in this world. Like, honestly, I'm always like, oh, I feel like I've met so many people. Nope. I meet even more amazing people. And like, they just were the most fun people to be around. You'll see them in the vlogs. Like everybody was so welcoming and so kind. So we had like 25 people, maybe, I don't know, 20 to 25 people together for John Summit. And we went all the way up in the front and center, which usually I don't do that, but I've never seen a crowd go so hard. And John Summit's EDC Orlando set is up on YouTube and SoundCloud, guys. He fucking threw down. He did like a darker house set and he played some techno. It was like one of the best sets I've ever seen in my life. Like he can do no wrong in my eyes. So that was iconic. There were so many funny moments. Like this girl took Tina. She took the Tina wig and the Tina glasses and put on Garrett's backpack. And so Tina basically lost her job in the middle of the set. It was so fucking funny. Then Ace Antonio went up on David Michael's shoulders from Candy Bar. And he had on this like light up cape and had this whole thing. And it was just like, so we were having the fucking time of our life basically. And then it went into Dom Dalla, and Dom Dalla played like one of the best sets I've ever heard. So we were in house heaven. That's all I can say. It was iconic. Like those 2 hours, I was like lost. So that was amazing. And then I decided to like, the night takes a sharp left. So it was trance day. So it was a dream state takeover at Stereo Bloom. And my friend Andrew is a huge trance head. So I was like, listen, like, let's take a break from house. Like, let's go see some trance. So I ended up going to see Paul Van Dyke for the first time. Really amazing. Like it was what we needed in the moment. Like the lasers and just the trance vibes at that stage were so nice. So we kind of like stood in the back and just took the whole show in, and it was really, really beautiful. So that was really nice. And then we ended up seeing the drone show, and guys, the drone show was iconic. It was different than Vegas, which I wasn't expecting. I thought it was going to be the exact same show. It wasn't. They had a whole different presentation, and it was like our mouths were wide open. Like our jaws were literally on the floor. I filmed the whole thing. Beautiful. I hope they bring the drones back every year because I will never get sick of it. So we did that. And then we were just hanging out. We met another friend. His name's Julian. He's friends with Andrew. So we had like our whole little group together. And then we looked at each other. And because of what happened with the shuttles the night before, the like Stereo Bloom and Circuit Grounds were closest to the south entrance, which is where we needed to go out of the festival. So that night, the last set of the night that we were going to do was the special back-to-back. It was John Summit back-to-back, Dom Dalla back-to-back, Green Velvet, which like iconic, but it was all the way at Neon Garden. So we made a quick executive decision. I look at Cammie and Julie and I'm like, I think we should go to Excision. And they're like, I'm sorry, what? What did you just say? Are you okay? I was like, I think we should go to fucking Excision. Like, let's headbang. Like, let's just switch up the night. Like, let's just do it. So we went to Excision, which was fucking awesome. Like, listen, guys, I know I'm a house head, but I get down with the dubstep sometimes. And Excision is a legend for a reason. So we switched up our whole night. And we took advantage of the VIP area at Circuit Ground. So that was my first time, like, actually spending time in there. I will say, like, I personally think it's worth the money. There was so much space. They had like all these grassy areas. You could literally just sit down and chill. They had tables, food, drinks, stadium bathrooms, all kinds of like VIP amenities. So the VIP section at Circuit Grounds is really nice. I didn't even go in the VIP section at Kinetic. Like I was just so busy all weekend. I didn't even take advantage of it. So really liked that. So we went right up to the front. We saw Excision like all the way front right. Great view, and his visuals were meant for that stage. Like they ended up wrapping the stage around this year. So in the past it was like just the front paneling, but this time they kind of mimicked Vegas. So they had LED screens on the left and the right. So it kind of felt like more like a U shape, which was really cool. Beautiful. Like he fucking killed it. We headbanged, laughed, cried. It was amazing. So very happy with all of our decisions. We got everything that we needed. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how else to say it. We got everything we needed out of that night. We went where the music took us and we fully enjoyed ourselves. So after that, we left the festival. We were like cracking up because we said like, we are going to leave the festival at 11:30 to make the shuttles. That went straight out the fucking window. I think we left when the festival ended pretty much like 11:50 midnight. You know, still waited online at home on the home base shuttles and everything. And then we ended up going to the after party at home base because this night it was Annabelle England and Lee Foss. So honestly, I don't even know how I had the energy to do it, but it was really nice because we went back to the room. We changed. I put on pajamas. I literally rolled up in fucking EDC sweatpants, glittery sandals, and like I don't even know what t-shirt I had on with like my crazy pigtail braids. Like I did not give a shit what I looked like. So that was really nice, and we just walked over there, and Annabelle was really, really good. That was my first time seeing her live. She sings on a lot of songs, so she sang live. some of you guys might know the song Reverse Skydiving. That's her voice on that song. So she played that. It was such a throwback. And then I honestly caught the first song of Lee Foss. I was so tired at that point. So I walked back to the room, and that was my whole Saturday. So what I learned from day 2 of EDC Orlando, I learned that this community continues to grow and amaze me every single day. And it gives me so much life. You guys have no idea. I learned that John Summit fucks. Like, he's just incredible. He really is just killing the game right now. Neon Garden is the best, and I hope they keep that similar mega structure in the future. I learned that Garrett's friends are like the nicest, most genuine human beings ever. So I'm so grateful I met them. And I learned that sometimes you just need to headbang. Point blank, period. So that's where we're at right now, guys. I'm going to take a super quick break here, and then I will be back to wrap up with day 3. All right, guys, last day of EDC Orlando. So again, last day, we actually lucked out with the weather. Besides like that little bit of rain, which we ended up escaping to go into Neon Garden, like Sunday was gorgeous. It was a little bit chillier than the days before. Somehow I rallied yet again, and I was like, Cammie and I wanted to make the 2 p.m. shuttle because Sunday there was different takeovers at Stereo Bloom throughout the weekend. So like I said, Dream State was Saturday, so it was trance. Sunday was Insomniac Records, so it was all house music. So that was like our day. Me and Cammie are big house heads. So we were like, we need to make the 2 p.m. shuttle. And we did. Shockingly, we sprinted to the shuttle. So the first set we saw, we really wanted to make. It was at 3 p.m. It was West End back-to-back Black V-neck. Iconic. Like, West End is one of my favorite house artists right now. He's killing it. And then Black V-neck they're both like emerging DJ duo from Miami, all like tech bass house. So the 2 of them together, or actually the 3 of them, was so much fun. Like, it was such a vibe at Stereo Bloom for that. So me and Cammie were like loving life, and we were very happy that we made it on time. So yeah, we just vibed out. It was really incredible. West End played a really, really good edit of the new Chris Lake song, A Drug from God, with his song Life of Sin. I have a video up on Gray Area's Instagram, so check that out. And then we met up with the whole freaking fam. Everybody was at AC Slater at main stage. My first time seeing Night Bass Daddy, AC Slater, and he did not disappoint, of course. We were shuffling our little booties off, drinking beatbox, having a great time, like just fully enjoying ourselves. So it was really good. It was also our friend Andy's birthday. So everybody had these birthday hats on, which was really cute. So you just felt the love. Like, it was really amazing overall. And then after that, a couple of us split off and we went to go see Gesture at Circuit Grounds. Guys, 10 out of 10 recommend Gesture. You have to see him live. He is so much fun. I've had him on the podcast. We're a big fan. So he mainly plays Moombahton, but a little bit of trap, but he also is just one of those DJs, like, he doesn't give a fuck. He'll play any fun dance hit. Like, he'll play Cascada, like all this shit. Like, you don't know what to expect from him. He just gives you what you need. So we went over to Circuit Grounds and we twerked our booties off left and right, danced to some reggaeton. It was like really, really, really fun. So we did that. And then from then on out, the next like 3 hours, we went back to Stereo Bloom. So again, like, fully took advantage of the Insomniac Records takeover day. It's hard. I'm going to like go over this in my overall sets. But between like the John Summit Dom Dalla section and then this section on Sunday, they're like a very close tie. But we went to see our queen, LP Giobbi. We love her. We're so excited. She's going to be on the podcast coming up very soon, you guys. So get pumped. So we went to see her. We were against the rail, front and center for her whole set, and she like blew us away. We literally cried. She's amazing. So if you guys need like a beautiful, uplifting piano house, go see LP. And then we stayed for Matroda into Noizu, and like that, very similar vibes to the John Summit thing. Like, everybody came out, like Garrett, his whole friend group, like BB, and we just went off. Like, we were out of our goddamn minds. I've never shuffled so much in my life. It felt amazing. If any of you guys are like me, like, I shuffle at home, I practice, like I do what I can, but I'm not like fully confident in my skills. And like this was the first festival I feel like I was really just going for it. I was like feeling it. And so I hopped in my first shuffle circle, which I was like grinning from ear to ear. I was so freaking excited. So that was amazing. So that was really fun. And Matroda, first time seeing him, holy shit. I would see him again in a heartbeat. Like he cemented himself like very high up there for me. Really good. And then Noizu is like one of my favorites, and loved it. It was really good. So that like whole section set the tone for the night. We were all on cloud 9, and then after that we got literally everybody. So we picked a meeting spot. We were like, guys, 9:00, GA plus bathroom entrance, kinetic field, 7 Lions, be there. And everybody showed up. Luckily, we had the lunchbox totem, so it was really easy to find each other. But like when I tell you we were rolling with like 30 to 35 people deep, like it was just so crazy to look around. Like I'd never really go to festivals with that big of a group of people. So we were all together. I laughed. I cried 3 times at 7 Lions. Like he's just my favorite. He's my favorite. And it was Cammie's first time seeing him. So like for her to experience it, she was like totally mind blown. Like there's nothing like your first 7 Lions set, guys. He will blow you out of the water every time. So just so good. Like I'm telling you, I'm like, as sick as I am right now, I'm smiling and I have so much energy because those sets and like that whole weekend gave me so much life. Like it really, really gave me so much life. So we did that. And then to end the whole weekend, again, my plans changed once I saw the Corona Beach lineup. So I ended up going back to Corona Beach for the last 2 sets of the night. I went and saw Gesture again. So much fun. We were like, we have to go back to Gesture because he's going to be a whole different vibe. So we went to see him and we were shaking our little butts. And then Joyride was the closing set at Corona. And it was such a surprise because he had Jaws and Ikali and some other DJs, I couldn't remember who, on stage with him. So I got to see a surprise appearance from Jaws. And yeah, Joyride threw it the fuck down. So it was like really good to like end the weekend at Corona. Like it was just like a smaller, more fun, like intimate vibe. So we were all just like having the time of our freaking life. So yeah, that's pretty much the whole festival. After that, we did do the official after party at the Vanguard, which was Armin van Buuren. So a lot of our group stayed to see Armin's festival set, but we were like, you know, we're gonna go see him later tonight, so let's just like go. So fucking good. Obviously, Armin's a king, but every time I see him, I'm reminded why. He's just so happy, and you can tell he just loves his job so much, and like his just trance drops, like there's nothing like it. So we ended up, it was like me, Cammie, Andrew, Julian, and then their other friend. And so we ended up like walking out of the festival pretty far into downtown Orlando, and then we caught an Uber and we went over, and it was my first time at the Vanguard. Really cool venue. Kind of reminded me of like a smaller Terminal 5 if you guys have been there in New York City. But yeah, the opening DJ was really good, and then Armin like threw it the fuck down. So he was iconic. He played The Age of Love by Charlotte DeWitt and Enrico Sangiuliano, which is like Armin playing techno. What? Like my mind was blown. I have a whole video of it. I was like, he's not about to play techno right now. Holy shit. So it was iconic. Yeah. And that was the way we ended the weekend. And then I slept for about an hour and a half. I went to sleep at literally 5:30 and I had to be up at like 7:30. So that was brutal. And then I got home and I basically thought I was sick because I've been partying all weekend and I slept for an hour and a half. So I didn't think anything of it Monday night when I flew home. And then Tuesday morning I woke up and I had a horrendous cough and I had like 100.3 fever, which immediately I was like, that's concerning. And then I went to eat my breakfast and I had no taste and no smell. And I was like, what the fuck? And I immediately went and got tested. And a couple hours later, they called me and I tested positive for COVID. So that's how the whole freaking weekend went. So please, like, guys, if you're still not feeling well, like, just go get tested. I know people who got the flu from this past weekend and other people had just like normal festival sickness. But if you feel off, definitely go get tested. I will say, like, I asked the I asked like the nurse and stuff about it. Like I was like, this seems so fast. Like how would I show symptoms so quickly? And she was like, you can literally show symptoms 2 to 14 days after exposure. So, you know, I arrived in Orlando on Thursday. I'm not saying I got it from the festival or anything like that, but I would assume, you know, arriving, I could have gotten it Thursday, you know, at the hotel or something like that, or from traveling. I have no idea, but it literally kicked my ass that quickly. So, yeah, I had all of like the symptoms you would think. Like I had a 101.9 degree fever, chills, the cough was like the worst part of it, congestion. Like I literally lost my like the not being able to taste things is so fucking weird. I'm not even gonna get into it, but anyway, so that's where we're at now. So I went from like the highest of highs to the lowest of lows like very quickly. So it was a lot to take in these past few days, but just like reliving the positive memories makes me feel much better. So thank you guys for sticking around and listening. I'm going to take a super quick break here, and then I'm going to give you my overall thoughts and favorite sets, and then we'll wrap up. Alrighty, you guys. So here are my overall thoughts and opinions on EDC Orlando 2021. So top sets for me. This was really hard because honestly, there were a couple that were just like, they gave us everything we needed for different reasons, but I tried to do my top 5 for you. So my number 1, I'm going to go with Matroda. Matroda, like there was just something about that set that was like everything I needed and more. Like it was incredible. Like he fucking killed it. We had the most incredible group, amazing vibes. I've never shuffled so much in my life, like hands down. Matroda, John Summit, close second. Like John Summit's set was so good. I can't wait to listen to it back. And again, like it's just a combination of like the people we were with, the vibes of the crowd, like everything just aligning. So Matroda number 1, John Summit number 2, Vintage Culture 100% number 3. He surpassed my expectations, solidified himself as one of my favorite artists. Like it was really, really beautiful at Kinetic Field. 4, of course, 7 Lions. Like, of course, he's going to be in my top 5. Like, again, I laughed, I cried, I headbanged. Iconic. And then 5, I'm going to say Morton. Morton's Corona Electric Beach set was just amazing. Like it was a different vibe than things I had seen that weekend. Like it was a little bit more big room house, but like the vibes there, we were right up in the front. Like I love that it's like sand. I don't know. It really was a beautiful stage, and I really enjoy going to Corona at EDC Orlando. So those are my top 5 sets. Again, there were so many other highlights, but those are for sure top 5. Stages overall. Again, I think I love EDC Orlando so much because of the size of it. Like you still get to do everything you want to do and like thoroughly enjoy the stages and experience. So happy with Kinetic, beautiful stage design. So happy with Neon Garden. Circuit Grounds is fucking awesome. Even though I didn't spend too much time, so good. Corona was amazing, and Stereo Bloom every single day. Like I have no complaints at all about any of the stages. Okay, overall vibes. Again, one of the most flawless festival experiences I've ever had. Honestly, besides the like traumatic shuttle experience on night 1 that was after the festival and like some of the pros and cons of home base, the festival itself, no complaints. Like it could not have been a better group of people. I loved every single set I saw. I loved my experiences. The food, so much better than Vegas. I loved every meal. I ate every single day. I ate at least one meal. Honestly, I kind of prefer the hours now too over Vegas. Like I prefer that it ends at midnight and it's throughout the whole day. So I don't know. Like I'm just, EDC Orlando is just really, really like going to the top of my favorite festivals here. So that was really good. VIP, I honestly can't give too much of an opinion on, guys. Like I used the VIP entrance and bathrooms, but I mainly was just at the VIP area at Circuit Grounds, and I went into Neon Garden. I didn't even go in the area at Kinetic, which I heard was awesome. I will say the bathroom lines were longer than the GA bathrooms. So there were a couple times we went to go to the VIP like trailer bathrooms, and we turned around and we went to the GA freaking porta potties. So I wish they would get more trailers in the future, especially at Neon Garden. That was a problem. But other than that, I would do VIP again. Like I just think the amenities are really nice, and having like the private viewing areas and more space and like less congestion, like I'm personally a fan of that, especially at this festival. So I would definitely do VIP again. Cons. The only cons I really had, like the security was tight, but like it's a good thing that it was tight. They just were like a little stricter than normal. The VIP bathrooms, like I said, always had a line. The transportation, that's more on home base, I would say, but the shuttles, it was kind of like a nightmare leaving every day. And same for Ubers. Like the people I saw trying to get Ubers, like I heard it was a fucking nightmare. So like EDC Orlando needs to get its shit together with rideshare, because I dealt with that in 2019 and hated it, which is why I switched to the shuttles. So their transportation is like not great leaving the festival. And then lastly, my con is not having a COVID policy in place. I've done 2 other big festivals right before this, EDC Vegas being the biggest and ARC, both had COVID policies in place, didn't get COVID. The first festival I go to, yes, it's in Florida, there was no COVID policy in place and I got COVID. And I know other people who got COVID. So I am just wondering moving forward if like all festivals should just have like a negative test result policy to make sure that people stay healthy. But that's just something I'm throwing out there because I wish I wasn't sick after this event. So those are all the cons for me. And then home base. I want to give you guys some thoughts on home base before I wrap up here. So with home base, I want to say I think that the experience that they create overall is still like very, very special. Like it is really nice to have everything in one place for sure. So I do like the vibes. I do like that it felt like one big family reunion and like everybody was there hanging out. It was super convenient to be able to like go back to your room, change, get comfortable, then go to the after parties. I will say I wish I had the Avanti Palms experience, because when I went there in 2019, it's like all in one hotel. So it's all one building and they had a really nice like big pool area and everything. So I am a little bummed that they moved hotels. I don't think if Homebase did it again at the Wyndham, I would not go back. I just don't really think the quality of the hotel was good enough. And I didn't like the separate buildings for sure. Like I don't know. We were also like in building 5, which was like all the way the last building in the furthest corner. So we were like the furthest walk from the lobby and our friends and things like that. But yeah, I think if you have a big group and you want to all stay together and have like the package, like having the shuttles, a part of it was really, really nice, big plus. Again, I think coming home, hopefully they can get more shuttles in the future so that they get people out of there like a little bit faster. There was a VIP option with Homebase, which I didn't even realize. So if you wanted the breakfast, I thought the breakfast was included, but it's not. You have to get the VIP add-on, and then you get like their beats and brunch kind of thing that they had. So yeah, you also get a VIP entrance to the shuttles, which is like faster at nighttime too. So I don't know. It was kind of hit or miss for me personally. I think with the change to the hotel, some of the organization at the afters was a little chaotic as well. It just felt like there were so many people crowded in one spot. So that felt like a little bit disorganized. And then I didn't attend a single pool party, so I feel bad because I like cannot speak to that at all. But I did see people's videos and it seemed like it was a really good time. It kind of gave me like Camp EDC vibes. The only other thing I will say, like personally for me, the lineups like weren't it for me. I really liked the opening party, which was Gene Farris and Solardo and Rebuke. And I liked the Annabelle England and Lee Foss one. But other than that, it was like entirely bass music. So again, if you guys love dubstep, if you love bass, this would have been the perfect weekend for you. But for me, I thought it was a little lackluster. They had Snails playing like twice too, which I thought was interesting. So yes, overall, I probably, I would still recommend doing Homebase. I just hope they move it back to the Avanti Palms. I still think it's a cool experience. I thought the Door Wars was cool. Yeah, the shuttles were pretty much good to go for all of that. But I don't think I will be back. I think next year we said we would rather just stay like in a big Airbnb with like the 40 of us that were together. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're just going to try and get like a big house all together and get like a party bus or something like that. But I definitely still recommend it. I still think it's a cool experience. I just hope that they can take some feedback and listen, because I know they had some issues with the hotel. They were moving people like last minute as well, because I think they oversold the Wyndham. So they definitely need to work on some of the organization there for sure. But that's everything, you guys. Those are all of my thoughts on EDC Orlando 2021. Thank you for listening. Thank you for sticking it out to the end here. Again, just want to mention tomorrow my merch line is dropping. This is the third Rave Culture Cast launch. I'm so excited about this collection, guys. Like, there's hopefully something for everybody in this. Super proud of all of the designs. So I will pop up pictures here so you can see a preview of what it all looks like. But don't forget to use code Thanksgiving for 10% off your orders tomorrow through Cyber Monday. And again, huge thank you to today's sponsors, Glow FX and Lunchbox. You guys, check out their Black Friday and Cyber Monday deals. They're going to have crazy good savings on so much stuff. So all of that will be listed down below. And again, if you guys enjoy this podcast, the best way to support it is to tell a friend, make this your Instagram story, write a review, subscribe. Like, all those little tiny things add up a lot for a small creator. So thank you guys so much for your love and support. Hopefully by the next time you hear me, we'll be sounding a little bit better than this. And yeah, go check out the vlogs on YouTube. And I hope you all have an incredible Thanksgiving. I hope you have time with your family and friends and loved ones, and enjoy, you guys. I'll see you next week. Bye, guys.